Greetings, exiles! Need help with bosses? Hi, this is my life-stacking Reliquarian. I press one button sometimes and boom! 25 million damage. I'm ramping. Greetings, friends! Today, I want to showcase the complete endgame guide for my life-stacking Reliquarian build in Path of Exile Mirage. In this video, I will cover everything you need to know, like gems, gear slots, passives and jewels. This build uses many expensive items, so if you're looking for a starter build guide, check out my channel. This is a level 97 Reliquarian build that is using a spell called Dark Pact of Tartus, which is a chaos damage spell that does damage around the caster, allowing us to self-detonate ourselves with 500% of sacrifice life as chaos damage when we reach the 7th ruin star. I've done this build in the past, but on an occultist, and honestly I think I like this one more. Only con is that the occultist one is way more budget friendly, while this one is pretty pricey. The build strengths are its boss killing capabilities and the potential to carry your friends in any content, or sell Uber boss carry services. For our defense, it's important to know that when we take damage, we reserve our life instead of depleting it. We have 26,200 maximum life with an effective health pool of 142,000, 66% block chance, 34% spell block chance, 6 power, 4 enduring and 4 frenzy charges, and we are immune to all elements like freeze, shock and ignite, immune to corrupting blood, silence, maim and hither from jewel implicits, immune to poison from our bloodline ascendancy, and we can use our skill Ravenous to consume a corpse to gain 50% more damage against that type of monsters and 50% less damage taken. However, this buff will disappear upon leaving the area, so we'll have to recast it. For our offense, we have 25 million DPS on PoE Ninja, and we stack 6 power charges for 100% spell crit chance with 468 critical multiplier, 251 cast speed modifier with 7 casts per second, and we penetrate 15% chaos resist with 10% increased action speed from our sublime vision. Now let's check out the skill gems we are using. Our main spell is socketed in our body armor. The links are Dark Pact of Tartus, imbued with faster casting, concentrated effect, increased critical damage support, intensify support, greater spell echo, and void manipulation. For our other gems, we socket them into our weapon, and the links are Eternal Blessing plus haste, and one standalone gem, Frost Blink of Winter Blast for extra movement. This one could also be imbued with faster casting, for example. All available gems should be highest level possible, and Dark Pact of Tartus imbued with something useful. Now I will showcase the gear that I'm currently using. I will start off with our uniques. For our weapon, we use Divinarius Imperial Skin for a bunch of crit AoE and spell damage. This item can be improved slightly with the new Volatile Val Orb, but it's a gamble, because you can poof your items. For our shield, we are using Rapid Globe to stack spell damage and crit chance per maximum life. This we also would like to have it exceed its stats limits with the Volatile Val Orb. For our body armor, we are using the Apostate, of course. This item gives us maximum life instead of energy shield from equipped items. An absolute must for this build. We would like to have +1 socketed gem corruption and increased damage, but I settled just for the +1. Our belt is the infamous Screams of Desiccated, giving us a little int and chaos resist, but most importantly 2 permanent shrines. Massive shrine for a lot of extra maximum life and defenses, and the resonating shrine for extra charge plus ability to always have charge generation on hit and kill. So not only it gives us 1 power, 1 endurance and 1 frenzy charge, it also allows us to be permanently up on them. Our last unique gear slot is the amulet called the Untouched Soul. This is corrupted with the Volatile Val Orb to increase its life roll per socket. We anoint it with Force of Darkness and use Fertile Catalyst to increase the maximum life for each empty red socket on equipped items. This item is the reason our sockets are empty and red color. Now for the rare gear. We want them to be the best base possible for the biggest number of energy shield. That's why we try to use items that are exceptional with extra quality. For our helmet, a Leech Circlet with Warlord Influence, we just reroll with critical modifiers at harvest until you get both power charge and global crit multiplier, preferably with a lot of extra energy shield. For our gloves, we want lots of energy shield, life and resists. For our boots, we're going to use a Void, Shock, Essence and the implicits from Exarch to become immune to elements through a unique jewel. We want as much movement speed on this one though and fill it up with resists as we see fit. Our first and second ring are an Unset ring with Fractured Life, then crafted with Critical Strike Multiplier from the Essence of Scorn. We also craft on both of them increased damage from bench. Our third and last ring is the Vermilion ring with Hunter Influence. We look for curves with Despair on hit, life and any filler stats or resists. Our flasks are disabled because of the new Shrine Belt, however we can make use of instant flasks. So we use 2 lives with instant recovery and 3 writing jars for utility, allowing us to get some charges when we want. Now let's take a look at the passive tree. We are a Reliquarian, so we take full advantage of Verus' ambition for the chaos resist and increased movement speed. This also provides us with the Revenue skill. Then we take Burden of Shadows, so spells still added chaos damage equal to 5% of our maximum life, and with the last 2 ascendancy points we take the King of the Mist's Bloodline, double dipping on our inability to use Flask to get a 3rd ring slot. This also makes us unaffected by poison. For the keystone that we are using, we take Blood Magic that removes all of our mana and also gives us a % more life modifier along with the luxury of never having to deal with mana issues. Then we take Eternal Youth, so energy shield recharge applies to life instead, Iron Will, so that strength bonus applies to spell damage, as well as Pain Attunement for 30% more spell damage. This is a combination with life masteries that will allow us to take advantage of the extra spell damage because we count as low life while at 55 of maximum life or below. Since we sacrifice 50% of our life with a 7 rune stack, this is up all of the time. Speaking of masteries, we take all of the life masteries from the tree for the extra 10% more maximum life when we have 6 masteries and some other masteries that are very useful. Now for the most important part of the build, the jewels. The Delusion of Flesh, a beautiful unique jewel. This item gives us 30% more life and lets us reserve our life instead of losing it. With this jewel we can take advantage of our full 25,000 maximum life, or 26,000 I guess, regardless if we are 100% life, 50% life or 1% life. The downside of it is that it removes all energy shield, but it's 100% negated by our body armor, the Apostate. Our next beautiful unique jewel is a shiny Sublime Vision. Rolled with haste, double dipping on the fact that we use only a single aura, giving us 10% increased action speed while we have haste active. Next unique jewel that we are using is the Storm Shroud that makes us immune to elements if we have 100% chance to avoid shock, and this is done through our boots. We also corrupt it for a useful implicit like Hinder, Immunity to Silence, or even Corrupting Blood. This time, we are no longer using the Adorned and Magic Jewels, but instead use a Foul-Born Red Dream and Tattoos of Fire Resist to increase our maximum life around this area. And my favorite, a Natural Instinct and Light of Meaning combo with Chaos Damage. And a bunch of rare jewels with each of them having 7% maximum life, some dexterity to cap our requirements, and useful implicit corruption, especially Corrupted Blood. But all of those could be even better with the crit multiplier roll. For the permanent buffs, I killed all the bandits for 2 passive skill points, and I'm using Soul of Arakali and Soul of Ralakesh for Pantheon. This concludes the build guide for my live stacking Reliquarian build. If you have any questions or suggestions, please post them down below in the comment section or come ask them in chat when I stream. I'd love to have you there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Exile